Ladies and gentlemen, biscuits and gravy fans, welcome back down to the absolute heart and soul of music in Virginia, the one and only Klean Studios, for another episode of your favorite podcast, the Biscuits and Gravy Podcast. My name's Eric Reynolds, and it is my absolute pleasure to introduce the 10 gentlemen behind me, known as the Stimulator Jones Orchestra. And honestly, I'm a little nervous because 2 weeks ago, you couldn't get a ticket to see these guys in the Jefferson Center. But tonight, dear listener, you get a ticket to see Stimulator Jones and his orchestra. So don't go anywhere. Pour yourself a drink, get comfortable, and get ready to keep on mashing. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Guys, don't go anywhere. Stimulator Jones is going to join us on the couch for some B&G chat, and there's going to be some more music from these gentlemen behind me. But this is going to be another excellent episode of B&G. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you would please take a break from mashing for a second and join us down here in the heart of music in Virginia, Klean Studios, for another episode of the Biscuits and Gravy podcast. Of course, my good friend Brighton Douglas sits to the right of me.
Yes, sir.
On this comically small couch. We're doing a clown car thing here, and we're going to add another guy next week. But on the other couch sits Stimulator Jones. Of course, him and his orchestra just absolutely rocked the timber frames of this old house and moved it 3 inches to the left, if you can believe it. But goodness gracious, we thank him for coming down. We thank you for coming down. Really, I thank everybody for lugging their stuff down the hill and setting up for us, because that was really something very special.
Yeah, of course. We're happy to be here.
Thank you for coming. Yeah, Stimulator Jones is somebody we've been wanting to have on for a while. It's been on. We've got a little Google Doc, and it's got like a, wish list of like people that we've got, and Klean has Kanye West in there, and Stimulator Jones was always number 2. So it's I really appreciate you coming down and joining us here in our third season. Damn it, it is facts.
That's crazy.
Kanye, answer your email, dog. Don't run around on us. Come on. Bry's got some questions to ask you.
I do.
Yeah, about the never mind. No, but yeah. So, like we said, you guys just sold out the Jefferson Center. Big show.
We did.
Talk to me about that. What was that like?
So my friend Jamie Booker Cheatwood, who works at the Jefferson Center, she hit me up earlier this year about performing there, and I decided that I wanted to do it with a full band, which is something that I had not done in the past. I started performing live with this project probably around 2014 or so, and it was usually just me by myself. And then as the years progressed, I started bringing in maybe one other musician, maybe 2. The most I had was 3 other musicians.
Yeah.
But for this Jefferson Center performance, I had 10 other musicians, and it was all live. Yeah. In the past, I'd had like a backing track, with like my instrumentals, but for the Jefferson Center show we just did, it was completely live, organic, human, no backing track at all, and it felt great to do that and have it be received so well.
Yeah, that's gotta be cool to kind of assemble all those pieces and get to, like you said, play without that backing track and have that kind of human orchestra going, like get that big band sound.
Yeah, exactly. And some of the songs we did had literally never been performed live before.
That's awesome.
So it was really cool to like finally hear them come to life. It was it was really special.
Was it nerve-wracking at first without the background, like the backing track and everything?
A little bit.
Okay,
but I liked it because then at that point you're not tied down to an instrumental which can't morph and can't change. Right. It's a live organic thing. So and I like to do improvisation. So that gave us that ability to kind of, take the music wherever we wanted to take it.
It's awesome.
And we're not, locked into the backing track or whatever.
I noticed a little bit of that in the performance we just saw, if I'm not mistaken. I kind of saw you giving a little guidance there, and I'm like, yeah, this is dope. I'm like, this is as real as it gets. I was like, they're just feeling it at this point.
Yeah,
it was great.
Yeah,
so
it's a living thing.
That's really cool to see, like getting to put do what you would do on like a drum machine or on a computer, but like with people, and get to build that relationship with them so that you can just kind of direct that stuff as it goes and do like what, you know, an orchestrator does, and then you lay down the vocals, which sound awesome, and jump in and play, you know, various instruments. But
and fortunately, I'm blessed to have such talented friends and musicians to help me out. That's been a blessing and has made it such an enjoyable process. So I'm very thankful for all the fellas.
Yeah. What's that like to kind of draw on the community like that you've been a part of for, I mean, you've been making music for 20, 25 years. So, I mean, what's it like to draw on that community that kind of raised you up and go and find those people and be like, hey, do you want to be a part of this project?
It's humbling to reach out to these guys and be like, hey, you know, hey, can you help me with this, and have everyone be so willing to do it. It makes me feel thankful just to have that connection, because there's so many talented musicians in Roanoke, and I consider it an honor to call so many of them my friends and have the opportunity to be able to play with them. It's something I really cherish.
Yeah, it's something special. I mean, it's hard to keep that many people together doing anything, you know, let alone making beautiful music.
Yes, it is.
So, you know, I mean, shout out to you as a front man and as the person that assembled it to, you know, I know that's got to be not tough, you know, because like, I think you get to a certain point, everybody's a professional, but like, it definitely has got to be like exhausting, you know, not in a bad way, but in like a good way. Like, yeah,
it is, because, you know, you're dealing with human beings on a level that's pretty intense. You know, it's like a deep level of work and like energy exchange, and so it can bring out like intense emotions. But luckily with this group of guys, like it's like totally drama free, easy. Like everyone's super chill and, like you said, professional, and that makes the whole experience a lot smoother, because, you know, creative people, they can be interesting personalities, and it can be difficult to you know, have relationships of any type, you know, with those type of folks. But it's been really cool with this group of guys.
Yeah. And so this is the group that you've recently been playing with, but I mean, you play with kind of multiple groups. I saw that you said that you were a drummer at heart, and that you play. I've seen that you play drummer with Cinematech. So I wonder if you talk about that kind of, like, was drum like your buy into all these instruments, or like where was your starting point?
Yeah, the drums was how this all started. My older brother, who's 3.5 years older than me, when he was about 4 or 5 years old, he got a drum set and he had it in his bedroom and he would play it, and he had a natural talent for it immediately. And so, you know, I kind of would just watch and be like, whoa, that's cool. And eventually I got to the point where I would be like, let me mess around on these drums, you know, when he wasn't playing, and I would just be goofing around. But then when I was about 8 years old, something clicked inside me, and I was like, man, I'm going to get serious about this. I really want to play the drums for real. And so I would just, at that point, they were down in our basement, and I would just go down there and play and play and play and play. And I kind of just taught myself how to do it. And obviously I'd been watching my brother play them, so I kind of, you know, just by osmosis kind of picked up how to do it. And my dad actually showed me a couple simple beats also. But from that point I progressed to playing guitar, which my dad plays a little guitar, so that we had guitars in the house. And then my mom plays piano, so we had a piano in the house, and I would mess around with that. And then as years went by, I got more proficient on those instruments, but the drums was the genesis of it all. And that was definitely like the first instrument that I got good at playing.
Yeah.
And so, in my heart, I'll always be a drummer.
Always be a drummer.
Yeah.
That's cool. And I mean, what a blessing it is to grow up in a house full of music, man. That's just that's
Talented family.
you can't beat that.
It's crazy.
Can't beat that.
I was completely surrounded by it.
Yeah.
So it's
Couldn't get away from it.
Yeah,
you know? It
I
was
literally couldn't.
No choice.
Yeah.
It's cool that you picked up on each one too. Like you didn't just limit yourself. You're like, man, I want to see it. I want to see everything.
Right.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, back then, I was born in 1985, so we're talking about the late 80s, early 90s here. So that was like one of the only ways I could entertain myself.
Yeah.
I couldn't do various things that young people these days can do, as far as, you know, with the digital devices and such. And so, yeah, I just had these instruments at arm's reach, and I had the permission to play them, and I took advantage of that. And it definitely was a privilege and a blessing. And I'm thankful that I got started at such a young age, because a lot of people don't start that young.
Yeah.
And so when a lot of people come to me and they're just like, man, like, I hate you. Like, like, how do you play all this shit?
Yeah, how are you doing
I'm
all
like,
this?
I've literally been doing this like since I was a child.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm 39 now, so like it's been an entire lifetime of playing music. So, you know,
That's awesome. That's awesome. Does putting together your own orchestra feel like a culmination of that? Like, does it feel like not like a climax, but just like does it feel kind of like I don't know.
For me, it does, yeah, because this is the biggest band I've ever put together to perform my compositions.
Yeah.
And like with the horns and everything, like that's like usually in the past it would be like, you know, like a small rock combo type setting for the songs that I wrote. And now to have a band this big performing my songs that I wrote, it's incredible. It does feel like a zenith or a nadir.
We love it.
Like that. That's,
We love
that's
it.
some good words right there.
Get
right?
into thesaurus.
Yeah.
Kids, if you don't have a dictionary, I doubt you do, go in there and find those. Those are good ones. You can keep those.
Yeah, I'll have to
Yeah.
say I got
You can
Zenith.
keep
I got
those.
Zenith, but no. not
I'm
the
also
other
going to have to go look up Nadir.
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 We're
He's
looking
dropping
that
knowledge
one up.
on me.
He's dropping knowledge on me. Okay, we talked about kind of the starting place, and I was looking through your Instagram as part of my very professional capital J journalism.
Stalking me, bro?
It's just a little bit of professional stalking, you know, kind of like a private
it's
investigator
cool if you
would,
do
or,
this.
like not in a weird way, like a peeping Tom way.
Right.
Yeah, not at all. But no, a cool thing that I saw that you did was you did the SJ archives, and you put up a bunch of your like really old stuff of like kind of showing the progression of like your first steps into your music journey. And I wanted to ask you if you could talk a little bit about Sam and Doug from the year 1998, the year that I was born.
Yes. So actually those recordings were, so we started in 96 and then we continued to record up until 98, maybe 99. And we just made cassette recordings on boom boxes.
Wow,
and
that's awesome.
and also a few on cassette 4-track machines. So we were doing multi-track recording a little bit. But yeah, Doug was my best friend back then, and he was also a drummer. His parents were also musicians.
Oh, cool.
And so like we went to school together, we played soccer and basketball together, and we would go to each other's houses and, you know, play video games, hang out, and then naturally it progressed to us like playing music together. And he was actually probably one of the first people that I did that with. And so we have this set of recordings from 96 where my parents had left the house. So it was just me and Doug down in our basement. And we turned the tape recorder on and we were like, somehow we got on this trip of making these like punk rock songs where one person would play drums and then the other person would just like scream and cuss a lot.
Yeah.
fuck, you know.
Yeah, your parents are gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Just
parents are gone.
Yeah.
You know, we're just
That's
having
so
fun,
cool, dude.
like letting loose some
Just
rage,
some good teenage rage out there. Yep.
Preteen. We were
I was
like,
gonna say you're like what'd you say?
we were
85?
like
You're 11.
we were like 11. Yeah,
It's insane.
Yeah, 11 years old.
That's crazy.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so there's this set of recordings of us playing these punk rock songs.
Wow.
Well, just drums and screaming, and they're I cherish those. They're pretty awesome. And then we also eventually started recording stuff like with drums and keyboards and guitar. So we were both really into. Well, actually, Doug got me into Ben Folds 5 and Jamiroquai. I still love both of those bands.
Oh my gosh!
And that actually was the big gateway for me learning how to play keyboards. Because Doug was definitely better at keyboards than me, and he inspired me to like step my game up in that regard. And so I would start listening to these songs and be like, man, I want to figure out those keyboard chords. Those are really cool. And so I definitely have him to credit for that. Thanks, Doug.
Thanks, Doug.
Yeah,
Shout out Doug.
He's still one of my homies today.
Shout out Doug, dude. Shout out Jamiroquai too. Holy shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, what's your favorite Jamiroquai song?
Probably Space Cowboy.
Hell yeah.
I used to sit in my bedroom in the dark, just laying in bed, playing that like on repeat on my boombox, like with my eyes closed, just like vibing. It's like transporting to.
See, I don't think people understand how fun
to
it is
the
to pop a tape
interplanetary
into a
vibe
boombox and just listen to that. You know, like people are so used to like
Man,
Bluetooth headsets.
Right.
And everything. It's like,
man, in 1998, that was what I was doing, and it was so pure.
That's
it was beautiful.
Cannot beat that.
Yeah,
you can't beat that. All right, so we started there. We started to progress. We added some layers, and then at some point we started rapping too. Talk to me about the hip hop side.
Okay, so like I said, I was born in '85. So by that point, hip hop had entered the universal consciousness and was on the radio and in pop culture. And so I can remember in like '89 hearing the more pop rap records on the radio, like Young MC, Bust a Move, Tone Loc, Funky Cole Medina, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then obviously MC Hammer, stuff like that. And I liked all that. Then fast forward to about 1996, there was a kid who rode the bus with my older brother, and he gave him this cassette tape that had Mobb Deep, Infamous on one side, and then the other side was Daz Effects, Dead Serious. I don't know if y'all know Daz Effects, but
you know that one? I don't know that one.
Not
I'll have to
really.
look
they're pretty dope.
I'm not hip.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
They had this interesting rap style where they would be like, higgity, higgity, like iggity, like they would put the syllables iggity before everything. Be like,
hell yeah. Do we love?
I'm
Nobody does cool vocal style.
Like I'm tiggity talking.
It sounds very 90s.
I'm tiggity sitting here, tiggity talking, eating this piggity popcorn.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's that shit.
It's very I like that.
Yeah.
That's
like
what Slim Shady came in and started spoofing.
It was like that early '90s, like speedy.
But that's innovative. That was the first of its kind.
It really was at that time. It was like very unique. And anyway, so hearing those albums like opened up my eyes to like the more like hardcore hip hop stuff that like wasn't getting played on pop radio.
Right.
And I was like, man, I've never heard anything like this. This is incredible. And then that I kind of got obsessed with hip hop and like really started taking it seriously as an art form. And then then I heard Grave Diggers. I also had the first Grave Diggers album, 6 Feet Deep.
Hell yeah.
And that again was like, I've never heard anything like this. And then so I just got tapped into that whole world, started watching Rap City on BET as much as I could, and found out about Wu-Tang and EPMD and Public Enemy and Keith Murray and Camp Lo, and the list goes on and on and on. so I got so obsessed with that stuff, of course I had to start scratching on my parents' turntable.
Yeah. Yep.
That was like one of the first things I was attracted to, was like the scratching.
Yeah. Right.
And so I kind of taught myself how to scratch, and then I would be writing rhymes too, but they were not good. But being that I was a drummer, like I had the rhythm down, so I knew how to like fit the words into a bar and like, say them rhythmically,
so
and
they
have
sound
it fit.
Good. Right, yeah.
Because that's something that rappers have to learn how to do, is like, you can write stuff, but then you have to fit it within each bar of the music. And I kind of like naturally already understood how to do that. But lyrically it was pretty trash. But I still have some of those.
But
old
you have
raps.
flow.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll send you something. He was gliding on it. I'm not gonna lie.
He's got flow.
You called it like rapidy.
For a middle school kid, I guess it was.
Damn good for middle school.
Not terrible.
What else you gonna rap about? It was just your life.
Yeah, your word for it was rapidy, which I like, because it's not a negative term, but it is like it definitely, like you know what they're talking about, like that kind of Will Smith, like that's who we always think of when it's like, whoa, yeah, let's go hip hop, come on now.
It's just like how it was.
That was kind of like the
and that's the popper style,
the prevalent style for a lot of people back then. And I definitely always liked the 80s stuff too. Because that's kind of like where that's coming out of, is like, the more like party rocking style. It's not like the like grimy hardcore, like dead serious attitude. It was more like the party vibe.
That's what this is kind of closer to that, than anything else. Like that's kind of the combination I would draw from them, is like, but it comes from that like kind of.
But the stuff I was listening to back then was like the hardcore.
Yeah, you were listening to hardcore
Mob
shit.
Deep and Wu-Tang.
Because the hardcore shit.
But I was like, I can't come off on the mic like trying to act like this. So
can't be disingenuous. You've got to talk about what you know.
It's true.
But that was, I was fortunate enough to like live through 90s hip hop, and it was amazing. I was so thankful to be able to witness all of that.
It was a good era. We missed it, didn't we?
Yeah, I'll say most
we
folks
really
would still
missed
consider that the golden era.
Yeah, that's the golden era.
It was incredible, because
we were so busy
like
not being born.
albums would come out, and back then like you had to go buy an album. And I only had so much money, so it would be hard when you'd be like looking at all the CDs, and you're like, which I can only get one. Which do I get?
Which one did you get?
The first one
you can remember.
The first one that and there's a whole nother story about this, because I had to like convince my parents to buy it for me, because the parental advisory stickers were on these CDs, and I was only 12 at the time. So I couldn't walk into the store and buy it. The people at the record stores wouldn't sell it to me. So I had to convince my parents to buy this CD for me. And it was Camp Lo, Uptown Saturday Night. Because that's that song Lucchini
came
out,
Lucchini.
and I loved that song. I was like, I need this CD.
That beat was outrageous.
Yes. And that was like the first CD that I was like, I must have this album.
Cover was like the painting, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
guess they were at a club or something like that.
It's like similar to the Marvin Gaye "I Want You."
Right.
Yeah, it's like the people like dancing in the little wooden shack.
It's so cool.
Yeah. Shout out Camp Lo. They're from North Carolina.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I got appreciation for them. I'm a Little Brother fan too. So like Ninth Wonder and all them.
Yes,
so like
absolutely.
North Carolina, they don't get enough respect.
Man, the listening. I remember when that album came out, I was like, man, this is a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. The Minstrel Show is probably one of my top 5 albums, probably ever, hip hop wise. Just more I've learned to appreciate it. But I'll say shout out Camp Lo. I didn't know they were from North Carolina.
That's
cool. That's cool. All right, talk to me about Boys Lie.
So me and my friends, we had a practice space / recording studio in a warehouse, and we just paid rent every month. And it was in Southeast Roanoke, which is kind of a like low income industrial area. And so it was a little bit sketchy.
Yeah.
But that's how we could get access to a cheap space like that. And so me and my friends, we just had all our recording equipment in the studio, and that's where we would go every day, and we would just make music and have fun, and we would like experiment with different genres. We would just be like, oh, let's try and make like this style and this style, and then that's just what we did for entertainment.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, we got on this like 80s new wave synth pop, new romantic, whatever. I was heavily influenced by like The Cure and Tears for Fears and Spandau Ballet and like stuff like that. And so that's what Boys Lie came out of, was just like, let's see if we can make that genre.
Yeah,
and
that's wild.
Dude, I love that sound. Like the fact that you were as young as you were making that, like that shit was hard. Like
Thank you.
I listened to a couple of those twice today. Like
I like that stuff too. And we actually did some small tours. We played in New York. Boys Lie performed in New York.
Oh shit.
And Baltimore.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
Was that kind of like your first step into like the touring thing, like the touring side of music?
Well, I had done small tours with other bands, but mostly just going down to like North Carolina, Georgia, maybe DC.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was kind of the first time going all the way up to New York.
That's crazy.
Stepping out a little bit farther.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, so that kind of bleeds into another question we had. So I saw that you played in Japan.
Yes.
You played in Yokohama, Japan. So we always like to ask people kind of where's your favorite place you've played, and maybe kind of where's like the weirdest place you've played, like one of the not so great ones.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, my favorite place would probably be Japan. And it would be Yokohama.
Yeah.
I performed in Yokohama and Kobe.
Of the beef fame.
Okay,
yeah. And also Seoul, South Korea.
Okay, cool. Heck yeah.
I also performed there.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's awesome,
But still,
on that same tour.
Yeah.
Yokohama takes the cake out of all those.
Yeah.
Really?
To me, yes,
Over Seoul,
because
wow.
it was this festival called the Local Green Festival. And it was just a really nice like outdoor setting. It was very beautiful. And in Yokohama, there's this particular like Ferris wheel that's and I don't know what it's called, but where I was performing, like you could look out and like see it right over there, like across some little water. And it was just a beautiful setting, and it was definitely the best live sound at a festival I have ever had. Because usually like when you perform at a festival, you're scrambling to get on stage. And then, you're checking sounds like really quick, and then it's like you got to play and get the fuck off. Yeah. But this one, I got on there, and this group of gentlemen set up the setup that I wanted them to do for me, and they started checking levels in the monitors, and they just instantly dialed it in, and it was like the clearest, most perfect live sound.
Dang,
that's amazing.
At a festival. I was like, that is wild. So yeah, the Japanese sound engineers are like next level.
Was there a language barrier? Like, did they speak English, or was it kind of like a little bit of...
It actually wasn't too bad, because a lot of people there do speak at least like a little bit of English. And fortunately, I had a tour manager with me who's Japanese.
That's cool.
And so he, for like serious stuff, he could like, talk to people. But yeah, for the most part, it wasn't an issue. Yeah. And also a lot of the signs, like they would be written in English also. So it really wasn't too bad.
I was gonna make a point like music is a universal language, but it's
everybody speaks English. It definitely is.
It's 2024. Everybody speaks English.
He had a tour manager, Eric.
I know.
Trying to say something.
I know. And when we went to Japan, we got in trouble because you can't dress up like Godzilla and start kicking around for trash cans. They're very clean.
William.
No, but that's so cool. I've always wanted to go to Japan. Japan is definitely on the bucket list for sure.
Yeah, I would recommend doing it.
Are the 7-Elevens as cool as they say?
Yes, they are.
Dude,
oh my God.
That's what I'm saying.
Because when I first got there, and I got to my hotel, I was like totally exhausted and starving, and I was like, man, where do I get food? And fortunately, there was a 7-Eleven like literally across the street, and the selection was insane.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We need that.
I didn't know they were like that.
Yeah, we just have the busted old wings and the crusty pizza.
Whoa. Last episode,
man.
we went on and on about the Italian job, so we're not going to do that.
I know, I love it. I'm just saying.
But it could be better from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, it could be like,
This damn fine dining is what I'm hearing.
Fine dining.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's outrageous.
I don't know. All right, let's see. We've got one more thing to take care of before we get back to a little bit more music from the Stimulator Jones Orchestra. And for that, I'm going to kick it to the most interesting man in America.
Oh, my.
The most handsome man that these two eyes have ever seen.
Oh.
And by God, one of the strongest men.
Some were saying.
that I've ever personally witnessed. The one and only Ron Ronimus Robinson. Make some crowd noise for yourself, handsome man. Take the reins.
What's poppin', man?
Popcorn.
Whoa. No. Pause.
Sorry.
Is that a pause?
Yeah, that's a pause. That's
All
a
right,
pause.
never
100% a pause. 100%
All right, do
a
you
pause.
think?
No, we're going to take a quick temperature check here. Stimulator. So what we have here is a little segment we like to call Gas or Trash. We're just going to go over a few topics here. And we're just going to see, what your brain's like, how you think about things, how you view things. Okay. There's no right or wrong answer. Just kidding. There are. Be careful. No. Okay. First one on my list here, fur hats. Okay.
What the? This is directed at me.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Honest conversation.
Definitely gas, because first of all, you lose most of the heat from the top of your head, right? So if you're trying to stay warm, having a thick hat is the move, okay? And I used to have one of the, I think it was rabbit fur. One year my mom got me, my dad, and my brother these like matching like Russian rabbit fur hats.
Awesome.
And it was it was the warmest, most comfortable thing.
Yeah.
So I say gas.
Gas,
on fur
big
hats.
gas.
I'm gonna give the
I'm
gas.
going trash.
I bet you are.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
If you're trying to be fashionable, like that's a different story.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to keep warm, which that's all I care about.
Functionality.
This is true. It's I agree. It's out
They
of
are as
necessity.
warm as
I live
they
in
look.
Virginia. It's not that. I mean, it gets cold, but it's
Yeah.
not
That's true.
that.
Yeah.
It ain't
That's
fur
true.
hat cold.
Yeah.
You're
Is
right. You're right.
Is it?
Uh,
It's true.
Unless
But
you're
you
Mr. Reynolds here. He's
you
all
may
for
find
everything.
yourself in the Siberian tundra.
This is
true.
true. And then I'm going to be like, damn,
You
I
might
should have
wake up in a
agreed
gulag,
with
you
Stimulator
freak.
Jones on the fucking fur hat.
yeah.
You and your little binges, you might wake up in a Siberian gulag.
I mean, I'm telling you.
cleaning Vladimir Putin's
Go ahead.
pool at his damn
Here we go.
Russian
Here we go.
secret lair or whatever, you freak. All right, I'm done.
Just because you don't like fur hats, Wiz, maybe don't
I'm
change your
telling
mind.
you. You didn't say what you thought.
Oh, well. Who, me?
Yes.
I said they were gas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because
I can-
Ron could rock anything.
I could, well, I don't, hey.
I stand alone.
You say.
I stand alone.
Some things. No, I respect the trash.
I
can
appreciate
understand it. Next on the list here, Dr. Pepper. I'm coming out the gate.
Trash.
Absolute trash. Thank you.
Soda.
Trash.
That's okay.
Soda is poison.
Over here on this small
Soda
couch,
is
we're
poison.
saying
Don't
gas.
drink it. Don't let your children drink it. I don't advise anyone to drink soda. It's poison.
Well, yeah, he's right. He's right.
It can clean your car battery and it can cure your depression. Dr. Pepper is badass gas.
Dr. Pepper from Lynchburg, no?
Huh?
Dr. Pepper from Lynchburg, no?
Dr. Pepper is from the Lynchburg?
I think.
Didn't you say that?
Huh?
I don't know.
Dr.
I think
Pepper?
he's from somewhere in the area, I think.
Oh, now you're going to make me look at
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper. The Dr. Pepper.
No, he's not.
You're hell
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm looking it up right now.
I despise Coca-Cola. I despise Pepsi. The soda
Go on
industry
record.
is just as dangerous as the tobacco industry.
That's true.
Do you know how many people have diabetes and health problems because of how much soda they drink?
Yes.
This
My
is a real
favorite
thing.
one
It's
is
crazy.
the My 1,000-Pound Sisters, and she's like hammering diets. She
Dude.
drinks 12 sodas a day.
It's insane.
And then they're talking to the doctor, and
It's
she's
horrible.
like, "Well, could I just do Dots hoodies, and they're like, no, I think you're failing to grasp the concept here.
So sad.
It's the not water that's killing you.
Right,
I can't even physically drink that much soda if I wanted to. People drink it like it's literally
right.
water.
I don't even know how you could do that.
It can't even feel good. It cannot feel
the
good.
sugar high.
And it's so acidic, like that level of acidity
Yes.
in your system.
Yes.
He's from Rural Retreat.
If you know anything about alkaline versus acidic, like if you consume a lot of sodas, then you're making your insides extremely acidic. So just something to think about.
How about coffee? Are we safe with coffee?
Down.
Are we safe on black coffee?
Coffee is acidic, but it's not as bad as soda.
Okay.
So coffee's okay.
Cool.
Where is it from?
What's that?
He's from Rural Retreat.
Yes.
Rural Retreat.
Say that 3 times fast.
Rural Retreat.
He's from Rural Retreat.
Rural.
From Raw Retreat. Like Raw Doll.
Okay.
All right, sorry.
What's next?
The Tyson Jake Paul fight.
Damn it.
Don't hot takes. Let it fly. Hot takes. I'm taking all hot takes right now.
This fight in particular?
Yes.
Well, this fight in particular was trash.
Okay. We can agree.
Okay. I'll give you a hot take, Ron.
Yeah, let's
How
hear
about
it.
that?
Here we go.
Because everybody's going to tell you this fight was trash.
Okay, but you're going to say.
I'll tell you who's not telling you it's trash.
Okay.
Mike Tyson.
Uh-huh.
Mike Tyson proved a lot to himself.
Yes.
He is someone who was in a tough place health-wise, who has been in a rough place mental-wise, and he came back and he trained. He got in phenomenal shape.
Yes.
He played with his dinghy like a joystick in the weigh-in, and he had the whole world watching this damn fight. He made a brick ton of money for himself and his kids and his kids' kids, and his kids got to see him step in the ring and fight a young fighter and stand his own, and not get knocked down. And really not even risk, I mean, there was a couple moments where I was like, but he proved a lot to a lot of people, and I think we just take Iron Mike for granted because a lot of us remember him as, who he was. But I think, as big of a spectacle it was, I think if Mike Tyson's happy, then I'm happy. So I'm gonna say gas for that reason.
I like that.
That is a very good gas take.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen. That was some bullshit. That was a cop out.
You can take that home with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback on that. I'm gonna say gas because how old is Mike Tyson? 58.
58 years old.
Unbelievable shape for a 58-year-old.
Crazy.
Person. Unbelievable.
Crazy.
So yeah, credit to him. And
8 rounds is no short feat.
Yeah.
No.
And if you're on his team or Jake Paul's team, it's obviously gas for y'all because like you said, they made a fuck ton of money. So.
Yeah, he's got the Monopoly guy on his shorts for a reason.
Good for them.
Yeah.
If you're a spectator, probably trash.
It was kind of trash, but we didn't pay for it. That's what Dana White was like.
No.
You didn't pay for it, so what?
And that's the beauty.
How much
of
bitching
it.
can you do?
Yeah, that's the beauty of it.
And it is what it is.
Shout out, Mike.
How's that answer for you, Ron?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
That's
put that in your safety deposit box.
Remember, I'm taking that's all the way to the bank, brother.
All the way.
All the way to the bank. Remember, there's no wrong answers on here. And then, of course, last but not least,
classic
biscuits and gravy.
Gas, of course.
Big gas.
Definitely gas. Definitely gas.
The food and the show.
Every single.
I don't eat meat these days, but back in my time, I would tear up some biscuits and gravy.
We got vegan sausage.
Oh yeah,
that is true.
Yeah, we got Beyond
what
Meat
if we
sausage.
switched it up?
Yeah.
We go vegan.
Mm-hmm.
We got options nowadays. We can
now
enjoy
you
this.
can do it all.
Yeah,
Absolutely. All right. Hey, I appreciate y'all chatting and playing.
Yeah, that was fun. I like that.
Yes, dude. Appreciate you being here. Listen, listeners, stay tuned. Viewers, stay tuned. We're cutting to a short break. When we come back, more Stimulator Jones and the Orchestra. You're not going to want to miss this. Again, if you stop listening or watching now, you've missed the best part of the whole thing. Stay tuned.
Oh my God. Oh no. What are we gonna do? I can't find a decent t-shirt provider in the Roanoke Valley. Ah!
Eric, what are you doing, dude? Chill out.
There's a lot of scary stuff out here in the woods, man.
Like what?
There's expensive design costs, crazy upfront fees, shipping, handling, Max. I don't even know what handling is.
Whoa. Chill out, man. Have you heard of my guys King Screen? They got fast turnaround time, $0 setup fees, and free nationwide shipping. If you need custom apparel, just hit them up. You ain't got to be afraid.
Oh, well, when you put it like that, I guess it's not so scary. But what do we do about the grizzly bear chasing me?
Run!
Friends, welcome back down to the Biscuits and Gravy stage for some more music from Stimulator Jones and his orchestra. This is Water Slide and Love Will Light Your Dreams. Enjoy.
Take to me. Come on. I wanna feel this rhythm. Been inside for all time. It's a perfect electricity, and it keeps me fixed upon you. Fusion never comes undone. Everything is on the one. All this love, enough to go around, to tear the vision down. Get this shit off of the ground. But it's hard for you to see when your life is empty. But that's alright. Just close your eyes and love will light your dreams. Hard for you to see when your life is empty. But that's alright. Just close your eyes and love will light your dreams.
Yes, sir. Make some noise for the orchestra. My gosh. My goodness. Guys, we're going to be right back. More B&G, more chat, more tunes. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be back.
Evil Breezy.
Good evening, B&G faithful. Back again to talk about some shit, man. And buddy, do I have something for you today. There's this thing called time. Humans have been trying to conceptualize time since its very beginning. Kind of fucks you up, doesn't it? You know what fucks me up about time? You know what really irks me? Why the fuck do hot tubs have a time second clock on the bubbles? You ever been in a hot tub with a couple of dudes on vacation or some shit like that, and the bubbles turn off? You know how awkward that looks in there? Some dudes are playing with themselves. Some dudes are putting the jets where the jets shouldn't be. Hot tubs should just run. They should just run. We got the money. We're at a resort. Keep the bubbles going. This ain't the Ramada. It's a resort. Time shouldn't matter in the hot tub. Stay in at your own risk. Forget the time. Get back to this bullshit ass podcast.
Friends, it was standing room only down here in Klean Studios, but that's okay because if you were still sitting after hearing some music like that, you're diagnosably deaf, and you should go see your doctor so they can get you some hearing aids, because that kind of music is the kind of music you got to get up and groove to. Absolutely feel it all the way through your heart and your soul. Talk to me about, let's see, what were the two tracks that we heard? Love Will Light Your Dreams and Water Slide, singular, not plural.
Correct.
Because we don't go chasing water slides or falls or what. See,
I don't know. We
the
were
plot.
there. We were there.
I've lost the plot. Well, so what we heard, Water Slide and Love Will Light Your Dreams. Talk to us about those.
So Water Slide is from my first official album, Exotic Worlds and Masterful Treasures, which came out on Stone's Throw Records in 2018. Fun fact, going back to our gas or trash challenge from earlier, the name Exotic Worlds and Masterful Treasures I got from Mike Tyson.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
That's awesome.
It was something he said during one of his stand-up special.
Yeah. No way, dude.
What a coincidence.
That's
I
so
literally
cool.
was watching that special. I was like, oh, that'd make a good album title.
That's insane.
That is an
Down.
exceptional album title. Holy shit.
Yeah. And then Love Will Light Your Dreams is from my album Round Spiritual Ring, which also came out on Stones Throw Records in 2022.
This guy's got some incredible album titles.
I was gonna say.
Speaking of, I actually do have album title questions. Yeah. But I think you mentioned Stones Throw. Would you talk to us kind of about Stones Throw Records and what that relationship has been like?
Yeah, so Stones Throw Records has been around since 1996. They started as an underground hip hop label, and I became aware of them in the late 90s. Was a fan all through the early 00s, and always thought, man, I would love to be on that label. And then fast forward to 2014 when I started the Stimulator Jones project officially, after being in various other bands and projects for years and years and years. I just started making these tracks and uploading them to SoundCloud and Bandcamp. And this was like, how people talk about like peak SoundCloud era. This was like 2013, 2014. So this was like
it was heavy.
The tail end of like the real like peak of the SoundCloud era. And so I got in right at the end of that, and it was just one of those situations where the right person hears it. Yeah. Because I wasn't. It was a new project. I hadn't played any live shows or anything, and I was just making this music and uploading it to SoundCloud and Bandcamp. And this DJ named Sophie Fatorecci, she used to work for Boiler Room and also for Stones Throw Records. She apparently found my music on SoundCloud and then randomly messaged me on Instagram and was like, hey, send me your email address. And I was like, okay. So then I got an email, and she was like, hey, I'm curating a compilation for Stones Throw Records. Would you like to submit some music for it? And I was like, yeah, of course. And so I sent her a whole folder of music, and they ended up selecting Soon Never Comes to be a part of that compilation.
Hell yeah.
And then at that point, they put me in touch with the owner of Stones Throw, Peanut Butter Wolf.
Peanut Butter Wolf.
Yes.
What a name.
Yeah. His real name is Chris.
I love that.
I know him as Chris. But
that's insane.
Yeah, he's a legend. He's a great DJ.
Yeah.
He's an OG. He's been around since the 90s doing his thing. Started Stones Throw. Anyway, I was a big fan of his, and so then I was in touch with him, and he was like, yo, looking forward to he emailed me and was like, I'm looking forward to working with you on this compilation and maybe some other stuff in the future. And then I'm like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah.
This is like dream come true kind of stuff for me. So then, I ended up going out to Los Angeles and meeting that whole crew, and we hit it off, and I played them, all the music I had in my vault, and they, the track Soon Never Comes was like, received so well from that compilation. That compilation came out in 2016.
Good year.
Yeah.
Good year.
And then they decided to sign me to an album deal. And so that's when I made Exotic Worlds and Masterful Treasures. Yeah. Wow. And then I also released two other albums and an EP with them.
Awesome.
So
that's so cool that it was like something that you were a fan of coming up, and you were able to get with them and put out some albums with them. That's so full circle.
It was really wild. It was like, man, and it kind of just like fell in my lap.
Yeah.
It was like, man,
I'm just world.
I'm just forever grateful. And it just goes to show you, like, I try to tell people, man, just keep going, keep putting out music, and you never know. Like it really does like just take the right person to hear it, and then opportunities can come from that. And
Absolutely.
so just make great music and put it out there and see what happens.
Just do it. Just get it out there.
Yeah.
So something else that you got out here recently, staying with the album name thing, is Valley Center.
Mm-hmm.
Dropped that just recently. Beautiful album artwork, by the way.
Thank you.
The story behind it is even cooler, that it comes from an old poster for a venue called the Valley Center, or Club Audio, which was I guess a club here before our time.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Yeah, so that was in the early 2000s. I think they were in operation from 2001 to 2003, and they put on like these crazy like full scale raves.
That's awesome.
I mean, they were literally like. Yeah. When you in your mind you think about what a rave would be like, it was literally what was happening in this place. Like absolutely bananas. I only went there once because DJ Qbert was there. He's like a legendary scratch DJ, and that's my roots, is like scratching.
Right.
So I went there to see him. Back then I wasn't like really deep into like house and drum and bass music yet.
Yeah.
I was aware of it and definitely like listened to some of it, but I hadn't like really got deep into it. I was more on my hip hop vibe still. So I wasn't really checking, but they were getting like big house and techno and drum and bass DJs at that venue. And I had lots of friends that went and stuff, but I just never went until DJ Qbert came, and I was like, I've got to go to that. And so I went, and I was 17 at the time, and it's at this huge just warehouse, kind of like off Peters Creek Road, like in the middle of nowhere. And you go in, there's a big bodyguard that frisks you, and then you walk in, and it's just full of people, like everyone's on drugs, like acting insane, doing weird stuff, like blowing on each other's necks.
Real life rave, man.
Turn
and like wearing crazy outfits, candy jewelry, and like
the whole nine.
I mean,
the whole nine.
And I remember there was this one guy, the PA system was massive, and there was this one guy, he was standing literally right in front of this giant tower of speakers, and he was just going like this, like with the speakers are right here.
Oh my god!
The entire night.
Oh my!
He was just like right next to this tower of PA speakers. So
full on.
I'm sure he got some permanent hearing damage. From that.
There's
the best kind, dude.
But that was the vibe, man. It was just it was wild, but it was really amazing because it was like this separate society that like completely separate from the outside world. And it was like they had their own like village inside this warehouse.
That is crazy.
And,
That's wild.
And then I
reminds me of that place in the third Matrix movie. Fucking, you ever seen that joint?
Third Matrix.
They all live underground in some like fucking city, and they have these big Zion. Hell yeah! Thank you, studio audience. Reminds me of Zion, where they have big parties and like flesh orgies and whatnot.
That's what it was.
Yeah, Matrix
it felt like that type of vibe. But it ended with the place getting raided and shut down by the feds.
I'm sure.
In 2003, and I mean, there was
too fun to be true.
Yeah, there was like, I mean, it was wild.
There's no rules in there.
Yeah, and like I said, like everyone was on drugs. I at the time was mostly sober because I never got into those type of drugs. So I was like just kind of watching it all.
Like, holy shit!
What? This is
different
wild.
level over here. Yeah, y'all are doing Fear and Loathing, and I'm just chilling.
but it was beautiful. Like I appreciated it because people were just letting their freak flag fly, and hey, I'm all about that. And the lights and everything, and the sound system, and just it was like a great production. It was really well put together. They had like projections and stuff. And so it was just this whole like immersive experience that stimulated all of your senses, no pun intended.
For lack of a better word, stimulated. Guys, this is a promoter right here.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was the Valley Center. And so recently I got on this heavy drum and bass tip, and I was creating this like classic drum and bass music, and it ended up getting put out. And when I was thinking of a title, I was like, man, how about Valley Center?
How about Valley
Center? Yeah, because so it's kind of a tribute to that place and space in time. It was a special time.
I think that's so cool. I think that's a really cool way to pay tribute to like a memory that's kind of captured there.
Yeah.
And to take it and use it for the album artwork too, and the whole thing kind of plays together is really cool. And I noticed that you did a vinyl release on that. And you do a vinyl release for most of your stuff.
Yeah.
So vinyl is something we talk about when we talk about physical media, and we talk kind of about sticking to those, those kind of older forms of listening to music, as opposed to the quick, easy digital fix. Mm-hmm. So I just kind of want to ask you the question that we ask a lot of people that do vinyl releases, which is why vinyl? Like why is it important to stick with vinyl?
Well, for me personally, I am a record person. I'm a record collector. I have been like since I was a kid. And so I like records, and I obviously I want to make my own records. Right. That's been my dream for a long time, just because I'm a record guy. And so that was the big thing for me. But also, I enjoy the hands-on aspect of it, like being able to hold it up and like see the music etched into the grooves. Yeah. And it's something it's tangible that you can hold in your hand, and it's fragile. You can scratch it up, you can get dirt on it, and then you hear that when you listen to it. I like that about it. Yeah. It makes it feel like visceral, right? As opposed to like the digital music listening experience, which it feels more passive. Yeah. I mean, it's still something I do. Right. Like, I use streaming and stuff, but my preferred listening experience is like putting a record on, kicking back, cranking it up. Yeah. And it just, you can't beat it.
Yeah. It's a completely different feeling for those that have not listened to a record. There are some snobs out there, and they can get snobby, but it is very true that the first time that you hear vinyl, it is different. It's undescribable.
I always say the music like jumps out of the speakers more. Yeah. Like coming off of that needle, because that needle, like, it makes it hot. It makes the music like sound more live, more hotter. Yeah. And
it's you can't beat it. So what was your first pressing that you did?
For the Stimulator Jones project?
Just in general. Like, what was the first thing you had pressed?
The first record that ever came out with my music on it was by my old band, the Young Sinclairs. That happened in probably 2010-ish. Yeah, 2009 or 10. Yeah. And that was a really cool feeling, like to get that box of records in the mail and open it up and be like, wow, like my own music that I wrote is on here. Like, and then, put it on the turntable and listen to it.
That's insane.
And be like, wow, like that's my voice coming through that needle.
That's gotta be. You've been doing that's gotta be cool.
You've been doing that for 15 years almost.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, so I've released. I should have brought them actually, but I have like a stack of records.
That's so cool.
Wow.
At this point that I've released, and
you're building your own collection. You're filling your collection with your own.
Exactly. Yeah, man.
Which is cool.
You can physically see the process.
Yeah.
That's insane. Because like with the digital stuff is dope. Like that's what we kind of came up in. Honestly, like we were kind of forced to.
Yeah.
But like even now, I fall in that trap. It's like insatiable. It's like I hear one thing and I'm like, all right, that was cool, but what's next?
Yeah.
I don't really appreciate it. But if I do something like that, I'm like, okay, I can really sit back and just
I feel like myself. You're more in. You have to invest yourself more in it.
Absolutely.
You gotta. it's not as instantaneous as just like boom, boom.
Yeah, I find myself doing it every day now. I'm like, damn. I was like, I gotta stop doing that.
Yeah,
because I miss stuff.
Right. Yeah. So that's another thing I like about it is it kind of makes you slow down a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Lord knows we all need that. Like
we need
in today's world.
It's the truth.
I've been on an old media kick, dude. I just bought a CRT TV and a VHS player. I've been watching VHS tapes, man.
I do the same thing, man. It's a great vibe,
oh my
right?
God, it feels so good.
Yeah.
It's like
it gives you that feeling.
Yeah, I don't care about the quality. I don't care about
exactly.
It's the act of taking the VHS out of the sleeve and putting it in the VCR and like all of like idiosyncratic like beautiful parts of it. I think that's what people are missing if you don't have a record player. Like that's what you're missing is kind of this very like tactile feeling of like I'm experiencing a thing, you know, like,
and you're having a more of a physical relationship with it.
Yes, you get to touch it, you get to be careful with it, you have to be gentle with it. You take a record out of a sleeve, you know, and you like you said, you know, you could scratch it, you could leave your mark on it,
right?
If you're not careful, but you know, you could also pass it around to friends and say, hey, check this record out, you know, and I've seen because my dad's got a big record collection. Like
nice,
more records than anybody could listen to, you know, in a lifetime. But it's cool to see some of the jackets where people have like signed their names and stuff, and been like, hey, you know, Susie, like I think you'll like this.
That's another thing I forgot to mention is like having the artwork so big like that, and my dad has a bunch of records too, and he told me like back in the day that was the thing. You would put on the album. And then you would hold that record cover and just like stare at it, and just look at it, and just vibe out.
Because they used to be cool. You open them up, and some of them would have like you know like artwork and stuff like that inside, and like all the lyrics, and you could you know.
And they really took that seriously about you know making that art powerful, like, and to go along with the music.
It's awesome. I like album art in general. He just dropped his EP, and I got to do the album artwork for it. So
nice.
I would love for one day for Breezy to do a vinyl release, so I get to see
it.
Shit, we could
do
it.
To see a big, a nice big print of it.
We could
absolutely
do it. Sure work.
I hope that happens too, man.
Yeah, but speaking of vinyl, I think this is a good little transition. Talk to me about digging in the crates. Working up at Virginia Tech with the students.
Yeah, so I've been working with them for a while now. My boy Craig, DJ Cuddy Sharp, I met him in probably 2015, and he invited me up there he was DJing on the radio station at the time.
Shout out
WUVT, yeah. And so he had this hip hop radio show called Split Crates Radio Show, and me and another friend of mine, Steve, shout out Steve from DeVille, we went up there and played some records on his radio show, hit it off, and then he worked for the Virginia Tech Libraries program, and he ended up starting a hip hop studies program for the
That's awesome.
for the students. Which is really cool. And so they would do like beat battles and stuff, and I entered a couple of the beat battles, and I actually was the judge a couple of times too.
Cool. Hell yeah.
And then I also was like a special guest, and like before the battle, I kind of like talked about my process for making beats and sort of did like a workshop. And this year earlier, I did a like an artist in residency recording workshop for the students. It was like an open studio thing.
Yeah.
Because the VT-DITC, they have their own studio on campus, which is actually really, really nice.
No, I bet.
They have a lot of nice equipment in there. So if you're a Virginia Tech student, you should take advantage of it.
That's that good taxpayer money.
Yeah,
go get every bit of that, especially if you're paying tuition, for God's sakes.
Exactly. But anyway, they have a studio called True School Studios, and earlier this summer I went up there for a whole week and just did like a open studio thing.
So cool.
Students could come and work on music, and me and some other people collaborated, and we actually put out a little EP of the stuff that we created. But and we've also gone to libraries or like the West End Center, and we'll set up samplers and turntables.
See,
and
I remember
and
this
give
happening on
DJ
campus,
workshops to kids. Let them get their hands on the samplers and turntables, and
That's so cool.
it's really cool,
That's
man,
so
crazy,
to see the smiles on their faces, like, and see like which ones are kind of just like, oh, whatever, and then which ones are like,
okay,
they're like into it.
They
You can't get them off.
There's a
and,
spark,
like,
That's it.
yeah, or like they'll be scratching, and you're like, oh, like,
Okay, you got it.
Like,
You're starting to pick up on it.
It's really cool, man. So yeah, I'm thankful to be able to pass down the knowledge to the youngsters, because that, that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. I mean, that's kind of where we love to talk about building this music community in Roanoke and keeping it strong. And that's the youth and the next generation is absolutely where that community is going to come from. And it's cool to see you're out and about in so many ways, kind of giving back to them. Same thing with the music lab.
Right.
I was joking with him. We kind of it's like we completed the infinity gauntlet of Roanoke producers that were in that camp. So we had you, we had Ray, we had Hiru, we had Zoom, and we had Dat Boy Ed. We've got the 5-piece. So it was just
nice.
I was joking with him. It's like we completed the infinity
Yeah,
gauntlet.
you did.
But what was that like? Because we got to talk to them about that too.
Oh man, that was really enjoyable as well, because I got to kind of walk people through some of my recording and production techniques, and I also got to sit there with Zoom and Ray, and they would show me some of their techniques too. And so it was cool. Like, it was just kind of a very sharing kind of atmosphere.
That's awesome.
Everybody was just giving each other little tips about the process of producing, and it was really inspiring to be around, because it's easy to get wrapped up in your own style, your own way of creating, and when someone else shows you something that's like, to you it's so off the wall. I like that, because it's like, man, that's so different than my process. That's cool. Like,
perspective shifting.
You can take things from that and put it into your creative process, which I enjoy that, because there's always new angles to approach things.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I mean, it's it's easy enough to get in there and be like, well, I'm putting on this thing, so it's like, it's kind of my way or the highway, but it's cool to hear that you went in kind of just like, you're always willing to learn, whether it's from a novice or whether it's from, somebody that's been doing it for forever. Yeah. And I feel like I'm teaching, but at the same time I'm learning too, even from people who might technically not have the abilities I do. That doesn't matter. I think we can all learn things from each other, like, no matter what. So absolutely, whether it's music, whether it's life,
just life in general. Yeah,
right.
Anything.
Open yourself up to learn a little bit, because it is it's good for you. It's the best for you. And
having an open mind is what it's all about. Like, I never want to close my mind off to the world, because there's so much out there. And so, be open to it.
That's it. Be open, ladies and gentlemen. Be open to new experiences. Be open to new ideas. Be open to letting people in, and maybe one day you'll end up with a 10-piece orchestra.
Yeah. Yeah. It's especially, in the realms of art and music and everything. I think having an open mind is what it's all about. And that's what I've tried to do.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, I think that's a great message to part with.
I think so. Yeah, that was a great conversation.
The best note that we could wrap up on.
Absolutely.
Right on. Yeah.
Stimulator, it has been beyond a pleasure. It has been excellent talking.
Yeah,
we appreciate.
This has been a lot of fun. Thanks,
guys. Thank you so much for coming down here. Thank you for bringing your orchestra.
This is a really nice setup, man. Y'all keep doing your thing. I like what you got going on.
We're blessed. We owe a lot of it
to best of luck, best wishes. Like, you guys are you're doing a cool thing. So
appreciate
you. Keep it going, man.
We appreciate you.
Definitely.
We appreciate you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've seen some excellent music. You've heard some wonderful talk. There's a little bit more music coming your way. So stay right there. But like we always say, Find somebody you love. Tell them that you love them. And Bry, don't be a fucking prick.
Damn.
And we're out.
We out.
Peace.
Friends, we are absolutely loath to close, but I think before this last little performance, I'd like to introduce everybody in the band. Obviously, we met Stimulator Jones on the couch. We've got Willis Greenstreet, actually could not make it out tonight, but he would have been on another alto sax, so we miss him dearly. We've got Jonathan Falls on trumpet. Ooh, we've got Joel Stopka on trombone. And we've got Kyle Hutchins on tenor sax. Woo! We've got Adam Baber. Yeah! Woo! On drums. We've got Max Lee on bass. We've got Ben Hudson on guitar. We've got Jamie Allen on keys.
Shout out Cigar Music. Where you at, Chap?
We've got John Pence on keys. Shout out the spot on Kirk. And we've got Vladimir Espinoza on percussion in the back, making that beautiful noise. Oh, yeah. Woo!
And much like our host just said, this is a bittersweet moment, but we're about to give you some more cold-ass tunes to jam to. Listen for the last time tonight. Stimulator Jones Orchestra, Soon Never Comes.
What's it gonna have to take? I just can't make it without you, yeah. You've got me going out of my head. Yes, you do. I know there's somebody in your bed. Ooh, and it isn't mine. But you know that that's alright, cause that don't mean my game ain't tight. It just looks like it's gonna be another lonely night. Baby, I'm so confused, but I know what I got to do. It hurts me so to know that it's just too late for me and you. Tell me I'll be seeing you soon, but soon never comes. It never comes, yeah. Make me wait is all that you do, but I think that I'm done waiting around for you, baby. You tell me I'll be seeing you soon, but soon never comes. It never comes. Make me wait is all that you do, but I think that I'm done. Oh, I'm not the one that you're thinking of, cause you already had my love. The next one and the next one is all you're ever looking for. But just because his love is new, it doesn't mean that it's right for you. You know that you want me, you hear me knocking on your door. I understand how you feel. Yes, I do. He thinks he's got your loving, but soon you make him doubt, cause he's gonna find out what you say and what you do, it just ain't for real. Tell me I'll be seeing you soon, but soon never comes. Thank you.
This is a Klean production.